It's a beautiful sunny day here at the sanctuary. I am thinking of all of our human and animal friends in Florida right now, hoping they are safe from the hurricanes. I do know some sanctuaries and facilities are evacuating, and just know our thoughts are with you. And if there's anything we can do here at the Wildcat Sanctuary for any of our animal people or animals in Florida, please let us know. Please definitely let us know. Thanks everyone for joining me. It's the weekly wrap up. You can see, I forgot I got my new stuffed animal collection in the background there. I brought it from home. Thought as a 51 or 52, I can't remember, year old lady, I don't know if I need a stuffed animal collection at home, but I thought the Wildcat stuffed animal collection would be perfect here for the sanctuary. So Kelly, it's nice to see you. Lori, Faith have joined. Appreciate seeing you all. This weekly wrap up is just as exhausting as last week's weekly wrap up. It is things I can't talk about, but I will put it this way: rescues, 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 and so many details for what's going on. And as you guys know, when we deal with rescues, there's on, off, change of plans, new direction, all this kind of stuff. And so we've just been in depth. So what I want to do is have you guys all tune in next week. Next week, not for the weekly wrap up, but we will be sending out via e-news. So if you have not signed up for e-newsletter, definitely do at our website at wildcatsanctuary.org. We have so much news to share with you, and I'm going to share it next week on a Zoom. That will be Thursday, I think around 1 o'clock. So instead of the weekly wrap up next week, it's a Zoom call. So once you get that invite, definitely sign up for that Zoom and get the inside scoop on everything that has been exhausting us all here at the sanctuary. But we're really excited to finally be able to share some news with you next week on some things that have been happening behind the scenes. So let's get right into the animals you love. So Jax. So everybody kind of saw Jax's post this week that we are kind of dumping this into a genetic condition at this point. They've ruled out everything else. Jax did have another 4-minute seizure right when he woke up. And so we have extra responses in place, everything from Caro syrup to midazolam and things that our vets can administer to try and help with those seizures. Because they're not like epileptic seizures and we don't know when they're happening, putting them on that kind of medicine isn't an option right now, or the best option. But otherwise, he's doing playful, he's still growing. We have sent out for this genetic test, but there's like 35 genetic tests we can do. So we had to pick the narrow range of what we were doing, the metabolic test. But that's going to take 4 to 6 weeks to get back. It might come back confirming everything that internists think right now. That doesn't mean we have a change of treatment direction, but it might mean we could. And so that's why we're choosing to do that. So everybody's asking if the invite for Zoom next week will be in the e-newsletter that goes out Tuesday. So you'll get the e-newsletter inviting you to a Thursday Zoom, and that information will be all there. So that is amazing. So, but otherwise, Jax is getting feisty, and the more we have to draw blood or do anything, the more feisty he's gotten. So now he not only has his little muzzle on, but he gets a little stuffed animal that he can take all his frustrations out. He's still a good patient, but there's only so much you can ask of a bobcat. So those that are here this weekend for the VIP event, we're really excited. You will get to see Jax. He will be put... there'll be a little area that you can see him in quarantine because I just think everybody deserves to meet Jax. He's very, very special. Let's see. So on top of that, Kiara, the little dog, our dog had tore off her dew claw, and so she had surgery to remove it. And now she's being a stinker, and no matter what bandage we put on, she takes off and she's licking her incision site. This morning I came in and I had spent hours brushing her in hopes that I could make her look presentable for the VIP event, because we couldn't take her to her regular grooming appointment because of the stitches. And we come in today and she is completely covered in mud, debris, and leaves, and she had the time of her life. So she might look like a mess at VIP event, but hopefully tomorrow we'll brush her. Tracy's asking what happens when he's a full-size bobcat and we won't be able to go handle Jax. That is definitely a concern and something we're talking about, because we're probably getting close to the point that we can't just manually restrain him safely. And so there is a reality of what can happen. Now, even if he's not safe to go in with for preventative medical care, if he has a seizure, he is mentally not there. So it is safer, and there are approved people that have been trained that would have protocol to administer something he would need to get him out of the seizure. That doesn't mean we're going to ever always see every seizure that happens or that we can catch it in time. This is a reality of what we're dealing with him, but we're trying to put as much as we can in place to give him a fighting chance till we have more answers. And so very thankful for our team, and especially those that are trained to administer the meds or the syrup if needed to. But he is quite the wild child. He reminds me so much of Dash's mentality, as he is just not calm. He is crazy and happy and loves to always jump at things. And so definitely we are taking every safety precaution we can. Now, if it was just an injection or something he needed, obviously through operant condition, we could easily train him to go into a shift and stuff for that. But that's not what we're needing, full blood draws. And since he's a bobcat, I can't get him to sit with his tail and give it to me like I can a tiger or a cheetah. So all of those are discussions that our vet and leadership team are having. And we know that what we're doing right now definitely isn't something that's going to be feasible if he lives 20 years. So right now we're trying to do bridges till we get some more answers or can finally determine the final next steps we have. So on top of Kiara's dew claw and her being a little turkey, Luna and Sebastian. Luna's a bobcat, if you remember, and Sebastian's a serval, and he's a very geriatric serval. So we were worried that Luna would be alone if he passed. So we were looking at options of who else she might live with together. The problem is Sebastian, even though he's one tough cookie, he's very arthritic. So putting him with any young cat could be detrimental. So instead, the staff decided they wanted to try and merge Sebastian, Luna, Phoenix, Nunda, and Lizzie. And guess what? So far, those play dates have been going well. They've had their first overnight. So once we know this is final, sponsors will get photos and updates. So you're kind of getting the inside scoop now. Everybody's been cohabitating fine. Feeding was the first test. So Sebastian and Lizzie tend to be the ones that want to start something at feeding time. So they're going to add more lockouts. Nobody's gone back into their room to sleep. They're all sleeping out in the yards. And that's fine with our temperatures now and the den boxes they have out there. But it's another thing we look at to make sure that not only do they only cohabitate, that they will actually go into their heated rooms together and not choose to be separate. So that's the next step. Contractors of Catio Town today said they saw Luna out in the yard and chasing servals, but they of course couldn't tell me which serval it was. But when we looked, they said there wasn't a fight, there wasn't an engagement, it was more trotting around. So I have a feeling that somebody's kind of testing the waters, but nothing there is going bad. So far so good. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. Other things going on, I'm trying to just see if there's any other questions. And somebody said, are we going to ever introduce, get Jax a friend? And the thing is, I don't think so, is probably because the visual impairment, he follows movement, and then if it's close, he attacks it. And it could be playful, but I don't think his manners are there. And then we also don't have a cat that is young and has a good personality fit. All right, so I was also today, I just got off the phone with one of our wonderful supporters who's helping fund and has been helping to fund some of our rescues transport costs, and so I just rushed from that phone call to here. So I want to extend a thank you to that. And then earlier, I was on a round table with other GFAS sanctuaries about fundraising, and it's something that we try to do every month. And it's not just the big cat sanctuaries, it's all the sanctuaries. Actually, I think there was only 2 big cat sanctuaries on this. The rest were hoofstock animal sanctuaries and 1 wolf sanctuary. Just really trying to share best practices, things that have worked, things that have not worked. So it's really nice to have that kind of community there. And we are really getting ready for the VIP event. We are going to have beautiful weather, and so we have 50 people attending. We're really excited for those that are attending and get to spend a whole day here with the cats. And then, as we talked about, a wonderful silent auction, a program, and dinner and drinks together. So people are asking if there's any news about Lucy. All of that, tune into the Zoom next week. I am going to give you update on everything that has been in the progress and working on, and even some new news. But then you'll know why we're so busy with everything going on. So definitely when you get that e-newsletter on Tuesday, sign up for the Zoom on Thursday, and then you will get the inside scoop on a lot of things. Catio Town, it is really crunch time. They are doing the best. They're supposed to turn over the inside of the building to us on October 1st. They'll be lucky, I think, if that happens. But there are several contractors here. Everything from putting the paint colors are on the rooms. I saw some of the cabinets go in. They have the electricians here putting in the lights. They have the epoxy team here putting epoxy on the walls. The electricians are even digging to the main level, but we have a lot of the outside work will still have to be done after that. From the heaters to the kennels outside to all the grounds work, there's still piles of dirt everywhere. And our staff has been really busy too. Our team, facilities team, Jesse and Bobby, are actually doing the kennel fronts for the interior of the building. And those are, I would say, about 15 foot high, and the building's 60 by 90, so they have a lot. On top of that, we've been working with a company called Square Paws that's helping us do some of the furniture in the rooms, and they shipped through Orlando, so we don't know if those will get here in time. We have another company doing the counters, which is, we want to give the cats plenty of counter space for perches. And then we also just had another company, Perniture, who's a wonderful cat condo place here in Minnesota that's offering to donate cat condos to Catio Town. So a lot of hoppers in the work. We have a volunteer who's putting together a bunch of wall cubes that we're having in the Mellow Meow room and the Sky room, and so he's been building those. They'll come on site for the interns to paint. Meryl, I don't know if you guys remember Meryl, but Meryl was a former media intern who was on site for 2 days and coming back. She's also the one that paints our memorial rocks for us. She was on site to visit and say hi. I love when people come back to visit. And she was painting some fish perches for us that will go in the under the sea room along with the turtles that Square Paws is doing. So that's really fun. Temo, our current media intern, it's his last week. So that's really bittersweet to say goodbye to him. He has been such an asset. All of our team and our interns are an asset. But Temo is one of those people that will always step up and say yes, and always does it with a smile, and that just means so much. The work everybody does at the sanctuary is hard work. It's wonderful work, but it's hard work. So when you have somebody that's always doing it with a smile, it really, really makes everybody's day go much better. And so part of his last project was, and you'll see it posted, I'm sure, in the next few weeks, is he put together a new animal care internship recruitment video starring all the current animal care interns. It was just adorable and wonderful to see them all in a video together, and just really how to promote our animal care internship. So that's going to be on our website and shared publicly in the next week or so. Also, another visit is Kelly, our former operations director. She's coming back for a visit next week, and we teased because the hardest cat for her to leave, or the cats I should say, was Josie and Edgar. And so I say they're going to be on lockdown when she comes back and visits, because I'm worried she's going to steal them and take them with her, which she threatened all the time when she moved on from TWS. But we're really, really thrilled when former staff, interns, Sam, an intern, just came back to volunteer yesterday, that they come back. They mean way more to us than just an intern and a staff member. Some interns I don't get to know very well because they're working outside, and some people like Kelly, who was my right hand person before Katie was here, just it's really nice to see them again and to see them flourish, and just to check in and get to them to come back and see the cats that they've helped for so many years while they were here. We also have media on site on Monday, so Judson's going to be spearheading that, but it's an early morning TV show here in Minneapolis that's doing a segment on the sanctuary, so that's exciting. We also really try to do recognition, so not only do we have a wonderful donor that provides treats for all the staff every day, we have a little like cat treat cabinets that interns and everybody can come in and take a break from. We also try to do monthly parties, or when interns come or leave, we have donut parties, pizza parties. But we also, Joan puts together a monthly Meow, which is our internal newsletter where people can submit recognition for other staff members, interns, and volunteers. And so then that goes out once a month internally. So it's really nice that people recognize their coworkers. And so that's going out at the end of this month. October is our last month of volunteer crew days. So Tyler, who manages that, is awesome with crew days. I think because we added so many extra crew days due to Catio Town teardown and things, I'm sure he's exhausted, but we've gotten wonderful feedback from him. And so our crew days kind of stop during the winter months and start up again in the spring. And I think those are kind of my top updates this week. Like I said, it's hard to do all this work behind the scenes, not be able to share things publicly, definitely on rescue cases, definitely on other big plans in the works for the sanctuary and the cause. And so next week, somebody's talking about, waiting to see if Tammy's going to bring up Noonda's 22nd birthday. Sorry, Henyatta, I don't. There's so many with 140 cats. We have birthdays all the time. And sadly, so many of them are 22, 23, 24, 25. So, but I know you've sent in some wonderful things for the cats as well. And so she'll definitely get to celebrate her birthday. But it's just crazy. We just kind of do the gotcha days more than the actual birthdays, because not many cats we know their actual birthdays. But there's a lot going on, and I can't wait to show you more of Catio Town over the next, few weeks, and watch the Bengals and the hybrids move in, and at the same time, share awesome news with you next week. So we make sure you are on the e-news sign up. You can go to wildcatsanctuary.org and sign up for our e-newsletter. You can do it here. They'll put it in the description, but that's how you're going to get your Zoom invite for Thursday. And that Thursday is going to be all the behind the scenes scoop that you guys want to know and more. And I'm excited to share that with all of you. And with Zoom, we can do a little bit more interaction, question and answer. And so I'm really, really looking forward to that. And to all of you that are coming to the VIP event this weekend, I am so looking forward to socializing, spending some time, and us all enjoying the last of the warm weather that we're going to have here in Minnesota, surrounded by all the cats we love. So take care.